Hey guys, it's Matt here, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do a video post instead of writing, because it's a product review today. And I just kind of think sometimes with some products, like running equipment, like this, it's just, I don't know, it's just a little bit easier to sort of see how the product, just get a feel for what it's like. So for example, this shoe, really light, flimsy, you can't really do that with pictures. I mean, I could try, but it wouldn't be as effective. So anyway, I tend to talk fast, and that's kind of why I don't like to do these video posts that much. But if it goes well, maybe we'll do some more. So anyway, today's review is about this new shoe. It's called the Nada. It's made by the brand Somnio, who I'd never heard of before. But seems like they have a line of, at least expensive shoes. I don't know if that means they're good or not, but they have a pretty big line of shoes. But anyway, this is like a minimalist shoe, and they're really careful to say on their website that it's a supplemental shoe, not necessarily something you'd run in every single day, though I'm sure some of the barefoot people out there would say otherwise. But I wanted to compare it to, like, see, I have these other shoes here, Vibram 5 Fingers, and I know it's called the Vibram is the true way to say it, but I don't say that, so I'm going to call it Vibram for this video, and you will just have to be cool with that. So that's Vibram 5 Fingers. This is Brooks Green Silence. That's what I do most of my running in nowadays, at least most of my road running. And compared to these other ones, it looks like a big clunky thing, but it's actually a pretty light, flimsy shoe compared to just what you'd find lining the shelves in most running stores. So anyway, just a little bit of background here, what minimalist shoe is, because not everyone realizes what the concept is, I think. It's based on the idea that, and it was kind of popularized in the book Born to Run, that modern running shoes are actually causing injuries by making it pretty painless to run in a way that is supposed to be painful. So they'll make it so you can take a really long stride and land on your heel without feeling any immediate pain. Whereas you kind of probably should feel pain. It's not really a natural way to run. At least that's how the argument goes. So the idea is that by removing that, the extra cushioning and stuff like that, you have to run in a more natural way to land on your midfoot, and you have to take a shorter stride, keep your weight sort of over your feet, and the idea is just that by taking away this crutch of this extra cushioning, you're forced to run in a way that prevents you from getting injured. So I don't know if I totally agree with all of that, but it is fun. And it's a different thing to work into your training. I think that's a good way to look at it. So anyway, this shoe, I mean, the extreme way to do it would be truly to run barefoot, because there are people who do that, and there are people who do well with that, I think. But it's not really that practical. A lot of people don't want to do that on roads and trails where there are rocks and things like that. So that's really where the Vibram 5 Fingers got popular, because people started wearing it as a barefoot alternative. And, I mean, you've probably seen this thing before. You get the idea. It adds a little bit of protection, but it still seems sort of barefoot. So, that's Vibram 5 Fingers. The problem with the Vibram 5 Fingers, for me at least, was that I never really got comfortable wearing it on the roads. It just, my stride kind of changed, yes, but even landing on my midfoot, it still hurt to run for even a half hour or so on the road. So, I've pretty much restricted this just to trails, and even that I've kind of stopped recently, mainly because of just a little seam in here that gives me this blister, so I have to wear a sock with it, and that's kind of annoying. But anyway, so it's this shoe, this Nada is more structured than that. Has a thicker sole, a little bit, and firmer sole, and it's just a little bit more to it. But it's definitely much lighter than something like the Brooks Green Silence, which really looks a lot like a regular running shoe when you compare it to these. So, what else? When I opened this package up, I kind of thought it was weird. I had never heard of the brand before, and it just sort of seemed like, okay, this, now that minimalism is popular, anybody can just throw together some materials, sell it for $80, and now you have a good running shoe. That's kind of a cool idea, I guess. But then I went more into it and realized it just seemed like a little bit more value than that. There's a bag that comes with it, which is, I don't know if it's that valuable. But what's really neat is that it comes with a DVD. And in that DVD, they give you all these exercises and things you can do. And there's like even a CD-ROM, like a printable PDF, that shows you how to progress and how to gradually work these into your training. So I thought that was really cool, because they're not, that's the big criticism, is that when you just switch to a minimalist style running, a lot of people are getting hurt because they're going right to it, when for whatever 20 or 30 years you've been running a different way. You can't really just do that and expect not to get injured. So let's see what I have here. I took these for a run yesterday, and to make it short, the big thing I noticed was that when you run on roads, this feels like a road shoe. If you move into the grass, or even on like a kind of a softer trail, maybe not, I wouldn't take these on the real serious trail, they'd probably get torn up, but it feels like a barefoot shoe or a Vibram 5-finger shoe when you're on the grass or a trail. So that was very cool for me, because like I said, Vibram 5-fingers, it just hurts. It feels like you're running barefoot on the roads, and I don't like to do it very long. This, you feel just enough cushioning that it doesn't really feel like you're running on the roads. Or it doesn't feel like you're running barefoot, I should say. But when you would run, you've probably run in your normal running shoes on the grass before. And it kind of just feels sort of mushy, like you don't really feel all the undulations of the ground or rocks or anything like that. This, you actually do feel those things. So that was really cool for me. I mean, I think that's part of the big appeal of the barefoot running idea, or minimalist running, is that you kind of connect to the ground, and your foot adjusts to handle a load when you step on a rock. So that was very cool. It doesn't do it to the extent that would happen barefoot or in Vibram 5-fingers, because like I said, this sole is not completely flexible. But pretty cool, I think, that it's a nice hybrid between the two kinds of running. So to talk about the actual shoe itself, it's extremely light. Obviously you can't tell the weight, but there's really, really nothing to this. And you can tell flimsy too. There's nothing really here that would provide any structure, which is the point. That's not a criticism. That is the point of the shoe. It's seamless, which is kind of a big deal, because I told you that seam in the 5-fingers is what had caused me problems. So you probably could wear this barefoot, or without a sock if you wanted. So that was kind of neat. Some other things to note are, I'm not sure if the camera will pick this up on my foot, but I think it will. When you put it on and tie it up here, there's a ton of room in the toe box. So let's see if I can just do this. Up here, there's all this room. It's an extra probably inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch at the shortest part. That's a big deal. They say that actually you have to order these a size smaller than what you would. And my first pair even that I got, I put them a size 9 because that's what I wear in Brooks. It was way, way too big. So you have to order a size down, and they're still pretty large, which is, again, the point, I think, because they want to give you a lot of room in that toe box. So it gives you a lot of room in the front. And then I've also found you can even stretch your toes, basically spread them out as far as they'll go, and while maybe they're hitting the sides, they don't really feel restricted at all by the sides. So that's a really neat thing. It feels like your foot is kind of free in here. And when you're running, it just feels like you're just running on a little thin cushion, but your foot isn't. It doesn't feel like your foot is covered or compressed by a shoe. So that's a very neat thing too. And I think that's. I suspect that is something that prevents a lot of injuries. Is that if you get a shoe that's big enough in the toe box and just loose enough around your foot, but won't slide all around, I think that addresses the root cause of a lot of injuries. And you can even see from the shoe that at the top, there's even room up here. So it's not even like it's gripping my foot too much, except at the very top of this lacing. So, really nothing but good things to say about it. Let's see, what else is there? Oh, the sole is very thin. I don't know, probably about half an inch. I think it said 16 millimeters or something. And there's apparently no difference between the heel and the midsole, which is a thing that people always cite that difference, what it is, because if you have a really thick heel, that's kind of bad. It encourages you to run on that heel versus landing on your midfoot like you should be. Another thing about them, I just like that they don't look like this. I know some people like to be different and like to wear this, but I don't really like that, because if I go to the grocery store or something after a run, which is not a great idea because they usually smell bad, but yeah, you kind of get like a lot of funny looks, and some people like that, I guess, but to me, this is kind of, I just like to not really have everyone looking at my feet, you know. So, I think that's about it. I'm sure I'm forgetting something that I intended to say, but I don't know exactly what. But I'm new with these video posts, so what are you going to do? So anyway, Somnio, I'll give you a link to it. They're $80, and like I said, I think it's really cool that they have that DVD and that they kind of encourage you and give you practical exercises you can do to work into this and not just jump into it and then get yourself hurt. So yeah, that's it. I'll wrap it up. Have a good weekend, I hope, and I'll talk to you guys soon. And then let me know with a comment just what you think of, first of all, the shoe, but then if you want to just talk about like the video post, I don't know, do you guys like this idea of me talking? I realize this one's a little bit long, and I'll try to keep them shorter. But I don't know, would you rather have this, or would you rather just read a review? Let me know, and I will try to adjust the content accordingly. Alright, thanks. Have a good weekend, guys.